We've asked the public what they think about Heroes Day, and they say that the Heroes Day lost meaning. It's not even a day worth celebrating. And still coming up in the news today, locals protest after a mother and her baby bled to death Mudwaliro in Uganda. MPs also fought president for encouraging inexperienced Italian investor into the coffee business. That and much more is coming up in the news that starts right now.
The first one, I didn't know.
Your number one swag station is what you tuned into. Zile dakika tano ezakavako kusawa tano ezamachago ku raledo. Today is Heroes Day. Tuisizamwe gadi about what you think about the day, and most people think the day has lost meaning. How does that come about?
Yeah, those are some people that we have asked. A section of the public, of course, people's comments does not exactly signify everybody else's comment. Yeah, today Heroes Day is being celebrated at Kororo Ceremonial Grounds. President is expected to be the chief guest of honor, and they are going to be awarding 81 medals.
80
one of
what?
the most significant, 81 medals.
They usually award how many medals?
They award 100 sometimes. It depends
Right,
on
the
the kind of medals they have. I don't know why, but they feel like 81 medals to heroes. And one of the most talked about medals or significant is Fred Enanga, Uganda police spokesperson, who is going to be getting a medal.
He has
today
held it
as
down
well.
for us, Kamakau.
Yeah, according to Minister of State for Economic and Monitoring, Peter Ogwang, he was talking about why Enanga needs to get this medal. But the locals have spoken about the medals, and well, unfortunately, we are not able to play you that particular clip of the locals who are explaining why they need the Heroes Day, why they do not see the significance of Heroes Day celebrations. But Fred Enanga is getting the medal today, and he's being awarded the medal not only because, not because of being a police spokesperson. That's what most people are saying on social media, but because he has, according to the minister, he has headed Economic Crimes Department. He has worked with CID as a commander under Kampala Metropolitan. He has worked under the Land Protection Police Unit. He has worked as a commander, CID administration and training, and so many other things. That's why Enanga.
Basically, he's risen through. I think let's have some of the locals talking about the Heroes Day.
naye olunaku lw'abazira luno nze kyenteesa ku lwange lwaggwamu dda value olw'ensonga balukuzizza buli mwaka balukuza buli mwaka nti kati weekanganga n'abazira be balina okuwa medals baggwayo banoonya na bunoonya be bawa medal. Olunaku lw'abazira lwalikuziddwa ng'omulundi gumu mu kisanja ky'emyaka 5 so that mu myaka 5 tuba tufunye abantu abalina bye bakoze, naye omwaka oluusi gutuuka olunaku lw'abazira nga teri muntu yali akoze kiri awo kyetaaga kuyitibwa muzira.
Ate nze weewunye n'amiini kennyini nnyinza omutwala ng'omuzira yennyini ne Pulezidenti Museveni naye wadde akyali mulamu manyi ye agamba basiima ogenze.
Abazira bennyini tulina abazira batimu naye kati obuzira bw'ennaku zino bw'olaba bibeerawo kibiira kikiteekawo abazira neesigala nga nze olwaleero sintegeera Heroes Day n'olwa kibiira kya NRM.
Kasita muli wakati mwakoze. Some of you enjoy that. Those of you
No, there is
that have
nothing
white
like that.
collar
Maybe these
jobs,
ones who are working, but olina business yo nogamba nti kansigere
ate abo tubabalira mu
because
bakozi
today's
abo ba
Heroes
businessmen
Day.
and women, tugamba bano abantu bebakozesa. But anyway, guys, I'm putting this hours, you can comfortably let me know what you think about this day. Honestly, okuva ku ntobo y'omutima gwo n'olunaku olulowoozaako ki ku noti musanvu emu noti bbiri later on. Let's get into this one where we have had locals protest after a mother and her baby bled to death in a hospital. Which part of the country are we talking about?
This woman is from Ruchiga. Yes, she's from Ruchiga, and she's 30 years old, and she did deliver a baby, but the baby died. She's called Diana Peace Mciz from Ruchiga. She gave birth at Mparo Health Center 4. But the problem is, actually, before she gave birth, she started bleeding profusely. According to the husband is called Xavier. Mciz. Yes. Xavier, I choose to call him Xavier. I don't know whether you want to call him
It
Xavier.
depends. Xavier, whatever, yeah.
Xavier, he says they brought the wife to Mparo Health Center. And then the nurses and doctors delayed to deliver the baby. they delayed, so they had to induce labor. The nurses had to induce labor because she was not having contractions to deliver. So I think after some time of inducing labor, she just started bleeding, even without producing or anything else happening. So when she started bleeding, they rushed her to theater, but she died and the baby died. Now the relatives and the husband claim that the doctors delayed deliberately, and that's the reason why she died. So they're protesting that. Yeah.
2 Ugandan future citizens, 2 Ugandan souls, 2 Ugandan people.
She was still a young life, 30.
Over an issue that we could have avoided.
Yeah.
We went for a scan, and the scan results were okay, but I have that doctor, I know him, and I asked him about everything, and he was like, oh, it is okay. This can be done here, and I chose to be near home. They gave us, and the process started at midnight. They told her they will do the process at midnight, so they did it as they promised. And up to morning, there was no sign of labor or those contractions. She started bleeding, which was not normal to them, and they had to opt for a Caesar procedure now. So when she was taken to the theater at around 3, and they called me in to give me sad news that we had lost the baby. Wouldn't make it because of a ruptured uterus inside. She bled from inside, and of course the baby, I think, was suffocated and couldn't make it. They told me the uterus was ruptured. That's it. I lost them. I lost my wife. Lost my baby.
Holy son, I can even feel the pain in his voice.
Yeah.
The numbers of, the mothers that
maternal
die
death. We still have
when
that
they're
problem,
giving
by
birth,
the way.
extremely high.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that we know. They're even those ones that we don't know of. Those ones that cannot be able to access hospitals.
Yeah, and sometimes it's usually negligence on the part of the midwives, the nurses, like, especially when you go to public facilities. Sometimes, I'm not saying always, but sometimes they will drag on a patient until maybe you can identify a particular nurse and say, you have something and take care of my patient to deliver. But when a baby delays in the womb, yeah, sometimes that happens. But in this case, they're saying it was a ruptured uterus. So
now, moving forward, there's a tweet. I don't know if you saw this tweet from our speaker about her car. Apparently, it was a fake tweet.
Yeah, it was a fake tweet. It was actually clarified yesterday by herself.
Exactly.
She posted it on her socials and she said, please disregard that tweet.
But what was in the tweet was interesting for me. Whoever came up with those words,
Hey.
they were for World Cup. But look, listen, it doesn't eliminate the fact that it still seems a little bit exorbitant.
Yeah.
So the Parliament defends the 2.8 billion splash ceremonial for the cars, for speakers, and for the speaker, beg your pardon,
Yeah.
and her deputy.
Chris Obori.
2.8 billion.
Yes, 2.8 billion is the expenditure to procure those cars.
Kanchi
The
nyonyole
first car
bwenti.
came to
Mbuzi
this
billion
week.
kaba kawumbi.
Ndowooza akawumbi.
Obuwumbi bubiri.
Uh-huh.
Ne million lunana, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
2.8 hooping, steaming, flying, evaporating, cantankerous
I know. You can use all the
billion
words. Yeah.
for cars, for the speaker and her
Ceremonial
deputy.
cars. These
Ceremonial
are
cars.
They're only for ceremonies. They're only for
Not for daily.
no, they're not for daily use. They are for ceremony.
Ceremonial.
Yeah.
Zivayo mu budde obwakabi.
Yeah.
Allah
They have been exported
Akbar.
from outside. The first one arrived that the speaker used during the recent celebrations at Kololo. The State of the Nation address.
Yes.
She arrived in her splash drip car. Yeah? And of course...
Did you say drip?
Hey,
Drip, like a car has drip.
it has
like it's
swag.
dripping.
It is just
21st century car,
Hello.
Generation Z, you know, say.
Benz, Mercedes. Anyway, there was a lot of public uproar and people were commenting that in these times, economic times are hard. Why should Parliament come at such a time and procure 2 cars for the Speaker and Deputy? And there's also been concern about still a house for the Speaker and Deputy that Parliament has set aside money for. They want to build the Speaker and Deputy a house. So Chris Obore, who is the Director for Communications and Public Affairs at Parliament, was defending it. He was saying, this money is already in the budget.
Yes.
It is not that we thought about it and said
It's already
let's just,
stipulated.
yes,
Bine
exactly.
bintu twabi planning.
Yeah.
In other words, that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is a budget of Parliament which was already by law. The procurement is ongoing, meaning money was provided this financial year. We are only replacing the old vehicle of the old ceremonial cars, which keep breaking down. It's only Uganda, by the way, which has not been having houses for Speaker and Deputy Speaker. Professor Mutebule has died. Has he taken the house? Justice Bad Katurebe retired. Has he gone with the Chief Justice house? It is the cost-benefit analysis.
Naye omuntu yagamba nti Uganda kinyuma.
No, I
They were very accurate, like
I think
100%.
for the houses, I would totally agree with. Yeah, because okay, we are spending a lot of money in renting. First of all, imagine how much allowance they give to the speaker and the deputy for renting a house, maybe annually. If you put this money and invest in a house for the speaker and the deputy, then every other speaker after and deputy,
they'll occupy the same house.
That makes a lot of sense. They do.
Well, it does, but
Bas
look, listen.
Katurebe retired, left the house, and currently the current chief justice is using the house. The former governor also left the house.
My
for the
concern
next
is
governor.
in Sigo Chizo Josiga Mubantu Bowereza. How are they going to look at that image? Have you seen? There's a country, I don't know if you know about it, where MPs ride bicycles. They don't even own cars.
Yeah.
You've heard about it. You've seen pictures. You've seen videos. Here, it's the other way around. I mean, I'm
The
an
extravagance
MP.
is beyond. Anyway, but I think me for the house, I think it's fine.
But if also I woke up one day
it's
and
fine
I'm the MP,
Eh.
because look, listen,
No,
let's face it. Here in this country, Uganda, sending somebody to a parliament is like a business.
Yeah, it is an investment.
Obukiiko bw'omukyalo no busitama,
It's
people
an
get loans.
investment.
People get loans and they're like, muntwaleyo,
Yeah.
nze nja kujja nkole ki?
Investment.
Mbajjemu, mbatereza. And then people, you see like how you invest in a football player. You know, like they have agents, they have companies managing them.
Yeah.
It's like how we have our MPs today.
Yeah.
They have not gone to serve
Yeah.
the people that
There are
elected
some who
them.
have gone to serve, but
Very
then there are
few.
others who are not.
Most of them
Yeah.
have gone to satisfy the needs.
Their
of
own needs.
The groups of people that sent them into the August House.
If you say the groups of people, the people who have voted them.
Pamela, so you wake up today and ngoyagala question, but you know the things, you've seen them happen.
Yeah.
You say, Henry, Timo,
Hey, mpayo.
mujje wano ngenda.
Hey.
Ngenda.
It is it's a
Bisizaamu
investment.
eggaali,
Sure.
campaign egenda kuntwalako million 10.
Yeah.
Pamela, you're the biggest investor in this. Leetayo million 5.
Yeah.
Basigadde mumpe 25. Nze ngenze.
Yeah.
Ate nkimanyi ngenda kawangula. Nzija ku tiketi yaki? Naremu.
At the
Never
end, you- but
kusindika.
yeah.
Okitegera?
Yeah.
People even write documents.
People do
MOUs.
anything. Like it's truly an investment, but it's also a
Exactly.
risk because imagine 6 people are investing in the same thing, but only one comes out victorious. The only thing is that there is extravagance that I think needs to be cut a little bit because now for the cars. We have known, fine, much as it is a budget thing, but we have been in a crisis, economic crisis, since 2020. So I believe that by this time, there are certain things that need to be. Fine, if the speaker and deputy need cars, we should cut the cost of the cars. Not so much of luxurious cars.
So if
like
there's-
get a
if
car
there's
that
a-
is...
if there's a new speaker, you think they're going to ride in the car that Among was in?
No, the previous cars had lasted for 10 years. The previous ceremonial cars had lasted 10 years, which is, okay, valid enough for you to replace a car. But if you're replacing, don't replace a car at 1.44 billion for one person.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's too
There's
extravagant.
only one
Billion.
conclusion. There's only one conclusion I can come up with.
Yeah.
Uganda.
Chinyuma. Over.
Anyhow, as we come to the beginning of the end of this bulletin, the MPs fault president for encouraging inexperienced Italian investor into the coffee business.
During his address, State of Nation address, the president talked about the investor who came up of Da Vinci Company, the one who is supposed to determine the value of coffee, how much a trader should sell coffee at,
Yes,
and all
yes,
that, and
yes.
who got a tax holiday of 10 years. So Enrica Pinetti, president, talked about her. He said, I am the one who encouraged this woman to go into coffee. She was not bothered about it. She never even wanted to do it, but I'm the one who told her she didn't have any experience. So
Yes.
MPs are coming out to say, why would you give someone who has no interest or experience a deal for Uganda? So they're saying it's not right.
I asked her to look into coffee. After some time, she came back with a positive report that it was doable. I am the one who told her. For her, she was in hospitals.
You give him the land, you give her the money, you give her everything without even the authority of Parliament. Parliament was not aware of whatever transaction was going on.
There are people here that have been dealing in coffee. If the same incentives that we are given that particular penalty, we are given to any other person here, they would actually come up with what he wants penalty to do.
Not to do this thing in an official way, to have it ambiguous and constitutional illegality, but at least let it be clear. People should understand. So we are ready to engage him and we shall discuss.
But now that the president is saying that he should engage all coffee dealers and farmers, I think that is a very good idea, because at the end.
And we come to the beginning of the end of this bulletin, but I want to get your thought, your opinion on what you think about today. It's Heroes Day. It always happens today. This is the 9th of June.
The question I don't like is, who is your hero?
No. Do you think
I mean, like,
do you really feel this day still holds water?
I don't know, but it's a national event day, but it directly does not impact me and you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if I have to stay home, take an example of a taxi operator who has to ferry very many people. That has not been so.
But look,
good
listen,
for them
still that taxi
so it does not.
taxi operator has children,
Yeah.
has a family.
Yeah.
So let me know.
Every day is a hero's day. I mean, like, every day you celebrate someone, you appreciate someone. Yeah.
Isn't every day Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Why do we have Mother's Day put aside?
This is 100.2 Galaxy FM, Zzina.
Don't say you miss me when you don't